Lying on the western coast, Goa is India's smallest state and unlike any other, known for its endless beaches, stellar nightlife, eclectic seafood, World Heritage listed architecture. Spread across just 3,702 kilometers, Goa lies in the Konkan region. Goa attracts as many international tourists as it does Indians, or even more so. The Goans are quite friendly towards tourists and celebrate many festivals throughout the year, the most famous being the new Year and Goa Carnival. While the seafood is excellent, Goa has one of the best nightlife in India with trendy bars, beach shacks, elegant cafes, and many clubs and discotheques. Having been a Portuguese territory for almost 450 years, the Portuguese architecture is nowhere as prevalent as in Goa. Visit one of the many whitewashed churches, crumbling forts, or spectacular churches. The yellow houses with purple doors, ochre-colored mansions and oyster shell windows is what completes the kalieodscope of Goan architecture. The Chapel of St. Catherine is a UNESCO World Heritage Site located in Old Goa in the same compound as SE Cathedral and the Church and Convent of St. Francis of Assisi. It was built in 1510 in the Baroque architectural style. Chapel of St. Catherine was erected by Afonso de Albuquerque, Portuguese conqueror, in 1510 to commemorate his victorious entry to the city of Goa on St. Catherine's Day. Also called St. Catherine's Cathedral, this 16th century masterpiece took 80 long years to finish and is one of the largest churches in the world. It was consecrated in 1640 and was built to honor the triumph of the Portuguese over the Muslim rulers of the city. Owing to such a magnificent aura and the glory, cathedral has been stated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. The interior is laid out in a traditional cruciform shape, even though the exterior appears rectangular. The interior architecture is Corinthian. The main altar is dedicated to Saint Catherine of Alexandria. Besides the main altar there are 8 chapels along the sides of the nave and 6 altars at the transept. Cathedral also endures the honor of being the seat of the Archdiocese of Goa. Cathedral is home to the historic Golden Bell, which is famous around the world as it is the largest bell with a rich sound. The Basilica of Bom Jesus Church, located in Goa, is one of a kind in India and is known for its exemplary Baroque architecture. Built in 1594 and consecrated in 1605, the building of this church coincides with the beginning of Christianity in India. The church is located in Old Goa in Banguinam, about 10 kilometers away from Panaji. The oldest church in Goa, it holds the remains of Saint Francis Xavier, a special friend of Saint Ignatius Loyola with whom he founded the Society of Jesus. Even after 400 years, the remains are in good condition and are taken out once every decade. A site with rich cultural and religious significance, the Basilica of Bom Jesus has been declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Literally translating to Holy Jesus, this is the only church in Old Goa that has not been plastered on the outside. Fort was built to guard and defend the Portuguese stronghold in Goa against the Maratha and Dutch invaders. Owing to its location at the confluence of the Arabian Sea and the Mandovi River, it became the most prized fortress for the Portuguese back in the 17th century. It is one of those few forts in India that has never been conquered by an enemy. Although it doesn't have the glory or grandeur of the bygone times, the hilltop fort of Aguada is one of the best places to visit in Goa. Its magnificent architecture as well as the breathtaking views it offers of the Arabian Sea come together to make it a top tourist attraction in the region. Aguada Fort is a splendid example of the Portuguese military style of architecture. The word Aguada means fresh water in Portuguese language, and the fort derives its name from a freshwater spring located within it. It is recorded that crews of sailing ships used to replenish their stock of potable water from this spring. A beautiful attraction in Old Goa, the St. Augustine's Tower, which is at the ruins of Church of St. Augustine, is a must-visit site. St. Augustine was once the largest church in Goa. Unfortunately, after its abandonment, the structure started to gradually fall off. The site is protected by Archaeology Survey of India and is well maintained. The tower that stands still even today is 4-story high and is built of laterite. The bell that once resided here was first moved to Fort Aguada and now to Our Lady of Immaculate Conception. The original structure of the church had 8 chapels, 4 altars, and a convent attached to it. The convent was built in 3 levels and had 2 cloisters, several corridors, galleries, and pillars. In 1986, the church was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. It is also the archaeological site where the remains of Queen Ketevan of Georgia were also found.